All right, back to number 14. Hiahia. Hiahia. This is Walker Taupo-China Trade Delegation Report 2016.
Kia ora koutou, councillors, and your worship. This paper basically is to report back on the Taupo-China trade delegation that we took up to China in May this year. So you'll see on the front page there, we said that we would report back on this following that meeting, which is what this item entails. So you can see that there are a number of attachments that goes through the report. Obviously the report itself, which talks through the background of our relationship with China and specific relationships with Suzhou and Shaoxing, which respectively are our sister city and friendship cities. The number of delegates and the names and details about each of those, the full itinerary that we undertook, and then going through the costs, the objectives and outcomes and ongoing activities, and then through to some of the feedback that we've received. I've also attached for your interest and reference the brochure that we took up with us, which is obviously translated into English and Chinese. Councillor Harvey's report, which I know she's already read out to you. Some of the promotional material for the 1,000 Tourist Initiative, and some of the media that was both domestic and international about the delegation. So I'll take most of it as read, but I just wanted to talk to a few quick things. One, I've just handed out the cost outline, which was a request from one councillor on some specific breakdowns that create the costs for the trip. And secondly, I just wanted to talk through some of the outcomes that we've had off the back of that. Obviously, there's probably one of the big focuses there is individual business benefits, and the bulk of these are confidential, so we can't talk about these in the forum, but it's really cool to see the feedback that we've had from the delegates who were on the trip. Basically, that's provided significant benefit to their business and also their professional development. That's a mixture from understanding the market, creating connections with the likes of NZTA, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, specific business interests in China, and also some pretty significant investment opportunities that actually have been opened up through the relationships that were established on that trip. So I'm really pleased to see that we have those tangible outcomes, which is obviously what that was all about. We actually have one investment opportunity in particular, which is being pursued quite thoroughly at the moment, and I understand they are heading back up to China to progress that. This is a private enterprise in this month, so that's fantastic. With our sister cities, sister and friendship city, the visit progressed a number of projects that we have been working on for a number of years. Pleased to say that we now have a confirmed artist coming down for the Graffiato Festival from Suzhou. This will be the first art installation from our sister city in Taupo, so this will be fantastic to actually have a wall painted. The museum partnership and progress with the Turangi-Tongariro touring exhibition in conjunction with our 10-year anniversary is an ongoing piece of work. There's another piece around there, Windows on Suzhou. We've just had the books arrive, which are being catalogued for the libraries. Those will be going around the district, and the community will be able to access those. There's also some really interesting opportunities around a Suzhou garden, which has been put onto the table. This is something we haven't spent any time looking into yet. We need to, obviously, there's a big piece of work that will need to happen around that. And then there's the friendship school, which was signed. Shaoxing side, obviously we were up there launching the 1,000 Tourist Initiative, which we actually had the first group here on the 16th of August. which is great. So we're just working through ahead of the New Zealand Sheltering Associations in Taupo at the end of this week to progress that, and we'll be obviously hosting that appropriately. We've also had confirmation from them around the specific sheltering participation at the Kinloch Off-Road Half Marathon. So just getting the numbers and confirmed entries for that. Obviously the New Zealand store is ongoing, making sure we've got products from Taupo going up to there. And then the sister school, which is signed from the educational perspective. So from that side, there's a huge amount going on. I'm also pleased to say that there are some great conversations happening around the restaurant. So we are continuing to work on that, and I will let you know once that's completed. But that's pretty much a quick run through. I won't go through the full itinerary, but I hope that gives you a bit of an outline of where things are on that side, and I'll take any questions.
Okay, thanks, May. Councillor Cousins.
Just for the chair, on page 46, there's a typo. The second column to the right, second paragraph down.
Is it in Chinese, Councillor?
It's spelled the wrong way.
Thank you for that observation.
Just looking at that long share the other night.
Sort of read characters.
Okay, all right.
Just very quickly, Mr Chairman, I want to
Councillor Body.
14(1), partway down goes about the decision that was made to send your worship to China. That was done on the, I think it was the 23rd of February. It was to send yourself and one staff member. There's no doubt it was Chloe. Councillor Harvey's was decided by this council on the March meeting, not the April meeting, item 16 of March. And then, of course, I raised the question at a previous meeting in regards of at that stage, the acting CEO going, there's been no authorisation from the council to have that expenditure. So I'd like to thank you for the breakdown of the expenses, and I'd just like to run down how they worked out. Do we say that the total was 29,000 divided by 14? How does that actually fit in? Because originally it was accommodation and airfares. How does it also fit in? I can't work with those. So do you divide that by 14 and each one pays that allocated amount?
No, so there's an administration fee that we took as well as part of that, which was outlined in the beginning. So that's not written in there specifically. That was to help cover the cost towards council for doing that. So over and above what that was to be the cost, which is the just over $2,000.
Okay. So effectively 5 people from this council.
4 people from this council.
Which yourself, is it not?
Yes. Myself, Gareth Green,
worship.
Councillor Harvey, and Danette.
Okay, sorry.
Right.
For four people,
Councillor
overall the cost was the 2,000.
Councillor Trewavas.
Yeah, so if it's, spending $2,000, just over $2,000 to enable 17, people from Taupo-Kaingaroa, I just think that council and the team should be commended for that. Yeah, I really enjoyed reading that.
What was the total number of delegation?
So it's 17 in total.
So for 2,000.
Yeah.
$2,000, that's, I think that's really investment. So, yeah.
Councillor Williamson.
Yes, thank you. I was just going to endorse this comment from Councillor Prentice's congratulations on the report and I see some very good outcomes coming out of this. We'll be part of the conversation.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Oh, Councillor Bennett.
Yeah, thank you for that. I've fielded a number of calls from local business people who have inquired as to how they can benefit from the 1,000 potential tourists that are coming and whether or not they would be business people. I have, in my wisdom, directed them to you, and you could perhaps, in the not so distant future, enlighten them as to how they could get together and start business arrangements.
Absolutely. Happy to. Any questions, send your way.
Chloe, through the chair, that 1,000 tourist initiative, that's very similar to one that's been rolled out in Rotorua and around the country, isn't it?
There are a number of similar initiatives that are throughout the country. I know that Rotorua has one, which is to City as well.
Cool. Okay. Can I just publicly say to Mr. Walker and Mr. Green, thank you so much for your support on that trip. You guys went well in over and above the Board of Duty to facilitate 17 people, and Councillor Truman alluded to, it's a big delegation to take, and huge, and going for international airports, international hotels, translators, all that sort of thing. You guys were just fantastic, and all I got was commendation from everyone. You can see the feedback there, the phone calls to me to say that the business that these people have done since then has been outstanding. So, you know, I think it's a truly remarkable achievement that we've been able to achieve for a very considerable low cost to this council. And, you know, I just want to thank you guys because you know, it was early morning starts and itinerary change arounds and all that sort of thing. So well done. All right, recommended resolution there, that the report be received. Thank you, Councillor Kostowski, and seconded by Councillor Stewart. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Carried.